Hello, we've started the stream again. Is this working? Thanks. Hello, are we back? Are we back? Hello, everyone. I had to fucking set everything up again. Hold on. Cruel World is so right. Okay. We fixed it. Okay. So, I think Wednesday, it was either Wednesday or Thursday. I think it was Wednesday though. Let's wait for Zirko to get back. Make sure he hears this. Let's fix that. Okay, cool. Apply. Awesome. Do I sound weird? What mic is it picking up through? Hold on. Do I sound weird? Dying. Help. Help me. I'm fine. Do I sound weird? Am I okay? Just in time so you guys can hear me just fucking dying. This stream is not happening whether the computer dies or I die. Apparently. Oh my god. Okay. I think we're okay. I'm fine. Do I sound okay? I sound in general, so it's okay. So, like, Wednesday... Am I clipping? Why would I be clipping? Whenever I listen to myself, I can't hear it. Oh, it was probably peaking the mic. Maybe my limiter is weird? Okay. I installed, like, anti-spyware, basically, like privacy settings or whatever. It wasn't like a basic thing, it was like a pick and choose kind of thing. Does that sound tin can? Why do mics hate me? What am I doing? Yeah, I installed like just this thing to help you, like, it basically was just a more advanced settings, I guess, and I must have just clicked off mic settings because I'm like, I don't want the computer itself to listen to me and take that information and do whatever the hell it wants with it. And I guess that just fucking took off all settings ever for mic access. Okay, loud ass Fall Guys. Mic? No thanks. I don't think I need that. I don't use my mic. Who uses their mic? That's... So, yeah, Fitz came in and said, like, didn't you install, like, a bunch of stuff? And I was like, oh, shit, I did. So I uninstalled it, and we're fine. That was probably also why my Premiere Pro was fucking up audio-wise, too. I was trying to edit the other day, and it, like, I couldn't hear anything, and I had to fucking readjust some weird settings. Thank you, Stream Elements. Video problems? What video problems? Please don't tell me there's more problems. I can't deal with this. It looks okay to me. There's not much going on video-wise. How can I make my mic sound better? That's the question. What's my gain at? Let's... I don't know if that's worse. Tapping on the glass in his closure will stress the animal. Please don't inform me my settings are bad. But also please do. I want them to be good. Goodness gracious. Okay, hold on. Let me get that back up. Anyway, hi everyone. I'm so sorry. We're like almost an hour later than I thought we would, which also means we don't have that much actual reading time today. I set a schedule, okay, and I want to stick to it as much as I can, but I also just had like a 7-hour shift at work and have a really early... I'm opening tomorrow as well. I close tonight and then I'm opening tomorrow, so I do need to get to sleep early. Sadly. But I said I was gonna stream, so we're here, and then my fucking mic didn't work. But we're here. And we're going to read. And we're gonna be happy about it. Anyway, we are reading the sequel to 17776. That is 20,020. That's what we're going to do today. Oh wait, no, I wanted to... there I am. I don't know why I'm on this side. Oh wait, do I have my reading guy? Where's my reading guy? There's my reading guy. Are you lost? Now, I also need to pick some music that I think would sound good. Let's just go with Minecraft in the background. So, I hope my mic sounds okay because this whole stream is just going to be me reading to you and whatever visuals also accompany this. Yeah, I will need to end stream at least by 12 so I can, like, get to bed, sadly. Yeah. I was thinking about moving this to Saturday, but I didn't want to move it, so we're here. I see fishy sub. It didn't pop up. But hello, fishy sub. Thank you. I don't have alerts on this. Why don't I have alerts? I'm so sorry, fish. Wait. Oh, there it is. That would help. Yeah, damn, that's almost 2 years. That's crazy. Oh, speaking of, actually, I think we're coming up on my 4-year stream anniversary this month. That actually does fall on Minecraft Monday. Maybe we should do something special. We'll think about that. We'll think about that. For now, 20,020. Okay, Chapter 1, Atlanta, Georgia. There's 12 chapters. Okay, oh, it's a scroll. I forgot. Football stadiums. In these certain times, the people of Georgia didn't need much of anything from their public servants. My name is Joshua Alexander, and I'm running for state governor. You know, I grew up on a farm outside of Dalton, but maybe it's just my simple country upbringing, but I don't believe much in politics. I don't have a political platform of any kind. I have no agenda. Leave it to a country boy like me to lay it out straight, I suppose. I want to be governor just to be governor. I can't even explain to you where this impulse comes from. I possess the personal and political convictions of a boulder tumbling down the mountain. That is how I will govern. I would be honored to have your vote in November. I'm Joshua Alexander, and I approve this message. You're listening to New News Talk 680, Atlanta's most trusted news source. I just now thought that I really should have programmed my mic filters into this. I didn't. I do not have those anymore. I forgot. Let me write that down, actually. I can get those going for next time. Mic filters. Okay. I think I might vote this time around. For this guy? Alexander or whoever? Oh, I don't know. I just want the sticker they give you. You can just buy the stickers online. Oh, well, fuck it. I'll just do that. This is a public service announcement. Hello, I'm Connor O'Malley, Georgia Tech quarterback, and I'm Susie Atchison, Georgia State quarterback. You might think it a little funny that we're on the same ad together. The Yellow Jackets and Panthers have found ourselves in quite a few dogfights over the years. But you know, Connor, sometimes it's important that we all work together. That's right, Susie. Here in Georgia, Tech and State rely on our fans to stay vigilant. It's no secret that football in this state is bigger than ever. Tech has several footballs, and so does Georgia State. And if we're going to bring even more footballs home to Georgia, we're going to need to protect the footballs we've already got. And as a matter of policy, we hide our footballs in locations we keep confidential, and teams throughout the country are pulling out all the stops to find them. And as a fan, that's where you come in. If you see a player on the field you don't recognize, call our tip line at 404 Tech State Fans. Together, we can help keep football alive and well in the state of Georgia. Help us protect the Rock. San Diego State location, Georgia State, plus 6,769 yard line. These images are from Copernicus, by the way. What I've been saying. Remember what I said when we saw the scoreboard beep last week and I was like, Tech got another football. I mean, I'm not going to try to talk you out of it. Yeah. And then now we've got them running ads telling people to be on the lookout. I'm putting out 1 week, man. Sometime about a week from now, they're going to come right through here with the football. And we got to sit right here when they do, looking right out this window. Man, just don't get pissed off if nothing happens. I know. Yeah, see, every time you're like, I know, and then fucking nothing happens, and then I gotta spend the next month living in this apartment with you all pissed off like Oscar the Grouch. Whoops. You know, and I need us to be Bert and Bert. Yep. Fuck Ernie, you know? No Ernie's on this fucking team. I wanna eat. I got you, Manny. Alright, man, it's like 1. I'm going to bed. You watch clothes, though? Thought you said a week from now. Yeah, but I'm wrong fucking constantly. Eyes north. Night. Night. Wow. News Talk 680 Atlanta. I'm Kay Valerie. Coming up on 1 a.m. local time at Hatsfield Airport. 77 degrees and clear skies. A man is recovering at his Decatur home after being bored Tuesday. Police say Richard Diaz was waiting for his pickup order at an area Cracker Barrel when the battery on his phone died. Diaz spoke about the incident to News Talk 680. I got to the Cracker Barrel a little early and they said it'd be a few minutes, so I played a game I got on my phone where you're a waitress lady and you have to serve a bunch of pancakes before your customers get mad and leave. It's kind of sarcastic when you think about it, or ironic, or whatever the word for it is. So I was playing that, but then my phone died, and then I remembered that I left my charger in my wife's car, so I couldn't charge it. So I went in and asked them if my food was ready yet, and they were waiting on a new batch of fries to come out of the fryer, but they'd be extra hot and crispy when they were done. So I said, that's all well and good, but could I borrow a phone charger? But they said they didn't have the right kind of phone charger for my phone. So then I said, well, could I sit at one of y'all's tables and play one of the games y'all have at the tables? And they said the dining area for dining customers only. So I said, well, can y'all bring one outside so I can just play it in my truck for a few minutes? So they did. But they gave me the triangle peg game where you gotta make the pegs jump over each other. And I'd already played that one a million times. I was hoping they gave me the Towers of Hanoi game, one of the other games, but the peg game was all they had. So I started to play it anyways. In the future, they still have standardized phone chargers. This means there isn't a monopoly. But pretty soon I just realized I wasn't even really trying to beat the game. I was just moving the pegs around in different holes. I wasn't even following the rules, really. That's when I started to feel bored. Diaz says it's when he alerted restaurant employees who dialed 911. The police came pretty fast. One of them gave me a book about ants. That was pretty cool. How they all worked together to build their hills and stuff. Before I knew it, my fries were done, so I went in and picked up my fries. And then I went home and my wife and me ate the fries, and then I got at the Cracker Barrel. They were really good. Some other places try to do all kinds of fancy things to your fries, but Cracker Barrel just makes regular fries the way they ought to be. They ought to be made, and my wife and me liked them a lot. Manny? Manny? Yep, what? Could you turn that down in there? Yeah, I'll just cut it off. You don't need to cut it off. Nah, I'm not really listening anyway. Thanks. Night. Night. Cracker Barrel issued a statement offering condolences for Diaz and promising to reevaluate its policies regarding dine-in seating for pickup customers. Today, Diaz's neighbors stopped by his house to leave flowers and notes of support in his mailbox. Diaz is expected to bzz. Beep 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 click. Sigh. Yawn. Status report. Pioneer 10. NASA launched 1972. Sorry. Very different years. Pioneer instrument monitor. Imaging photopolarimeter. Imaging photopolarimeter. Okay. Helium vector magnometer. Okay. Infrared audiometer. Okay. Quadraspherical plasma analyzer. Okay. Ultraviolet photometer. Okay. Charged particle instrument. Okay. Cosmic ray telescope. Okay. Geiger tube telescope. Okay. Sisyphus asteroid slash meteor detector. Okay. Meteoroid detectors. Okay. Trapped radiation detector. Okay. Okay. 9? 9, wake up. Hmm. Pioneer 9, this is your big sister. Wake up. No, you're not. You're my little sister. Okay, I'm gonna check on you in 5 minutes. You better be up. 5 minutes. God, okay. Pioneer 9, NASA, launched 1968. I don't remember the characters from last time. I just remember Juice. Oh, before I go to bed, we still doing a food run tomorrow? Spoilers. I love juice. Uh, yeah, I'm down. We gotta go over to the one in Kennesaw, though. We do? Yeah, 'cause remember? Last time I went to the Sandy Springs one, they remodeled their produce department. Most of the veggies aren't on the field anymore. Hi. Hello, hello. Also, yeah, sorry, I did see your comment earlier. My mic was broken. Well, what do they have again? Well, you know how the field cuts through the parking lot and then the front entrance and then kind of goes diagonal through the left side of the store, right? So they still kind of have the little stands outside by the front doors with like tomatoes and everything. But once you go in, the produce isn't on the left anymore. They moved it so it's more in the middle, so you can't reach most of it. Well, what do they have though? If you're lucky, you can reach over the sideline to get a couple avocados. No chance at bananas though. The only stuff that's actually on the field is the one little island cart thing. What do you call those things? Islands? I don't know. Aisles? Are you saying aisles or aisles? Aisles. Spell it. Aisles with an A. Nah, 'cause the aisles are the empty space you walk through. The shelves and display and stuff are what define the aisles, you know? Just go to bed already. Anyways, the only island things that's all the way on the field is the shitty fruit one. None of the good fruits, just plums and shit like that. Do I love cookies the most? A question has been asked. Um, yes. My favorite is Oreos. Or technically, actually, Fudgios are better. Where was I? I kind of like plums. Plums are trash. I'm not gonna spend the next month eating plums. Alright, well, whatever. We'll go to Kennesaw. But not the fancy one. We gotta go to the one with the actual regular frozen pizzas. The only ones the fancy stores has are called the Nature's Valley or something. They're like these tiny artichoke pizzas that cost like $9. Fucking sucks. Can't even get a party pizza. What the fuck is a Nature's Valley? It's like, yeah, every valley is a nature valley, dumbass. Coach is gonna ask why you're asleep at noon tomorrow. I'm gonna have to tell her that you were up screaming about frozen pizzas to nobody. Not to nobody, I'm talking to you. Well, I'm not really listening anymore, so not really, no. To be continued, I'm sure. Night, love you. Love you. Are these words? Dot 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 dot. Boo! Fuck! Made me spill my goddamn spaghetti! I really wish there was an image of a spaghetti just right there. Juice? Is this juice? Launch 2022? Juice! Hell yeah! Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer! What spaghetti? The pretend spaghetti I was pretending to enjoy while watching the football game. I don't understand how one would spill spaghetti. Did you bother to imagine yourself a table? No. So what, you were standing there holding a plate of spaghetti? None of your business. Would have buckled a fucking seatbelt to eat my spaghetti if I knew you were gonna sneak up on me like that. I missed you, Jay. Yeah, you too, lady. Jesus, I just looked at the date. Yeah, you slept in. I did. I needed it. That's kind of funny. You should have went back and changed the date. Also, I feel like I had voices for them, but I don't remember if they were more robotic voices. It's been like 2 or 3 years since I first read this. Uh, where's 9? Just woke them up. Should be on soon. I think they'll be mad when you look in the calendar. Hope not. Two of us might have to have a talk about it, but I think 9 will be okay. What are you watching? The game. Which game? The game. Listen. This is a very confusing thing to just walk into the middle of, and I recognize that. This is Atlanta I'm looking at? Yep. Okay, and who are these guys? Okay, thanks for the raid, I guess? Um, and who are these guys? Okay, so here we got Nick and Manny, right? Nick just went to bed. Manny's staring at the window on lookout duty. Their free safeties trying to make a play on the ball. They've been living in this condo for about 30 years, just watching out the window, waiting for a ball carrier to come on through onto Georgia Tech Field. Imagine if you actually just lived there. See, because they have to stay on the field, right? If they step off the field for too long, they get kicked out of the game for good. They found a place near the top floor with some really good vantage points. Thing is, though, life ain't so easy on the field. Only part of their condo building goes through the Georgia State field nearby. Look at. Their place is up on the northeast corner of the building, which is on the field, but they can't use the elevator because that's in the part of the building that's not in the field. They gotta use the emergency stairwell every time. And I mean, they could use one of those tennis courts you see there, but only the one on the left. That makes for some pretty weird situations. Sometimes I'll go down there to play, and people will be playing on that one, but the rest are free. Of course, people are like, "Why do you want to play on this one? Why don't you take one of the other ones?" I want to see this tennis field. Oh, this one. I see. Now you and they know that they can't use the other courts because they're not on the field. But Nick and Manny are undercover. Can't let anyone know. Can't even use the community swimming pool either. Sucks. Guess that's neither here nor there, though. I'm sorry, so they can never leave the field? For anything? I mean, yeah, they can do whatever they want, free country, but if they step off the field for too long, they get kicked out of the game for life. Some players actually do that too. They're like, fuck this, I've had enough of this stupid shit, and just leave. Not Nick and Manny, though. A couple of special dudes right here. I gotta say, I had my doubts about them at first. Like, can you imagine a married couple who can almost never leave their house? I'd lose it. They can leave their home, though, can't they? The field looks like it goes a long way. It does, but I mean, this is Metro Atlanta. Here, look, I'll draw this out for you. 3, 2, 1. Number 1, that's where Nick and Manny live. Number 2, you can see how the field sort of runs along the city street, but only for a couple of blocks. There's a drugstore and a couple other shops where they can buy stuff, but that's about it. Number 3, where it gets to hell. You gotta sneak through people's yards around their houses to get through. Then you gotta cross the highway on foot without anyone thinking you're a weirdo. And I mean, all of Greater Atlanta is like this. Once you get to Cobb Country, Roswell, those places, it's nothing but curvy roads and houses you gotta find your way around. You gotta do a whole bunch of planning and timing to even go to the grocery store. Hey, Purdy. I wish they would let me redesign their city grid. I say about multiple cities. I know. You know how they are about that, though. Still no movement on that? Nah, they like their little pigsty. I'll never get that about them. Anyways, this is a game between Georgia Tech and Georgia State. I mean, in a manner of speaking, yeah. How long has it been going on? Oh, a long time. Is it? I mean, is it a good game? Well, I mean, that's a pretty complicated question, and I reckon you and me would answer it differently. Oh fuck. No fucking way, Nick. Wait, hold up. This is Manny, right? Yeah, look out. Look out there. Look. Nick, get out here. What? Get out here, look. Okay, what are we looking at? Yeah, I'm coming. Christ. Tech player crossing I-85. Looks like she got the ball. She has a ball. Yes. A ball? There's more than one football in this game? Yeah, listen, I'll explain in a minute. We've seen them play so many multi-ball games. Is it so hard to design a smart one? Man, you picked a hell of a time to wake up. This is the craziest shit I've seen in months. You gotta fill me in. I still don't really understand what I'm looking at. Looks like she's got a ball. I fucking told you. What'd I fucking tell you? Hold up. I will in a bit, promise. You said next week. Close enough. Look, you stay here. I'm looking through south. I'm looking south through the bedroom window. Let me know anything else you see. Yep. Hey, your binoculars are on the thing. What thing? The thing. The fucking the dresser? No, the what? Use your words. Couch, coffee table, dish drawer, end table. Yeah, end table. Thank you. You wouldn't even have to ask me if you put them in the same place every time. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think that's a little uncalled for. The one giving him a hard time is Nick, right? Yeah. Kind of an interesting relationship dynamic between these two, be honest with you. I've never seen a happier couple. Couple? They just get in their little things sometimes. I think honestly, since they've got such a solid foundation to their relationship, they actually have the time and energy left over to argue about the little things. And I mean, remember, Nick and Manny have been sharing this apartment for 30 years, and it is by no means a big condo. To call it a two-bedroom is generous. It's really just one bedroom and a glorified little office room. Bet your husband's quirks stand out a lot more. The little things that irritate you get all that much more annoying after a while. Oh, and just one bathroom, too. That isn't great. Can't be, no. Man, I love football. I think every relationship has to have at least some of that, though. It's like it's kind of like a clutch in a transmission, right? It has to be rough so it has something it can actually grip onto. That friction is the only way anything changes. She's coming our way soon, I think, Manny. That analogy sucks. Come on, it's not that bad. It kinda sucks. Well, I mean, that's us, right? That's our relationship. I think a third of my interaction with you is accounted for by arguing. We ain't married, though, lady. Oh ho ho ho, and thank God for that. I see her. Got eyes on her. She is off the interstate now. Damn, she is moving too. Who is it? I don't know. Can't really tell who it is from here. Gotta be a tech player, though, for sure. So, just so I have everything straight, Nick and Manny are trying to get the football from Georgia Tech, and Georgia Tech doesn't know they're nearby? Yup, they're right there. They outnumber her 2-1. Why haven't they left the house? Well, they're pretty sure that there are more tech players in the area, and they are right about that. See, this is some top secret shit they're looking at. Tech has possession of lots of footballs. 9, in fact. 9? Hello. 9! Hey, hey, sis. What year is it? We'll talk about that after the game, okay? I don't think that's a discussion. I think you just say what year it is. Wait, where'd she go? Just behind those trees, look. Oh, yeah. Jay, there are 9 footballs? Yeah, Tech has 9 footballs. What you generally do, or at least what I'd do, is hide them all in different places. Gotta diversify, you know? If they're all in one place, someone could come along and take your whole shit out once. Tech isn't doing what I would, though. They got way too cocky. Every single one of them is right here. It's on the Georgia Tech campus, right between Bobby Dodd Stadium and the basketball arena. Okay. Granted, it really is a good place to store a football if you got one. Both the stadium and the arena are pretty tough obstacles. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Run across a basketball court in the middle of a game? Or break in after hours? They got security guards and shit. Of course, if you're a good climber, you can just climb over the damn thing. But think about that. You're easily spotted if you're bothering. You better be pretty damn sure it's worth it. Bothering. I don't know why that's a word. And I think they're about to find that out, that yes, it's very worth it. I take it that 9 footballs is a lot. Yep, took forever to get. Way too many risks to put in one spot. Shit, she just went inside. Yeah, the old sorority house, right? Whatever one it is with the dormer windows. What the fuck are dormer windows? The little windows, the little dudes that stick out the attic? Is that actually their hiding spot? Do y'all want me to spoil it? No. Yeah. Yes, it is. Damn it, I said no! Well, you haven't even begun to get mad at me. Trust me on that. Uh-oh. Look, look, look! The lights just went on. Oh man, they turned on the lights? Come on. Pink, pink, pink bonk. I swear to God, Georgia Tech has gotten so sloppy in recent years. God, they're getting so sloppy. They might be trying to fake us out. Maybe. Ha, what did I just say? Can they hear us or something? Nope. We've just all spent a lot of time scouting out this team and there's no other conclusion to draw. This team has been winning so long that they're not even executing fundamentals anymore. Like, if you have a safe house, you do not flip on the lights in the middle of the night. I don't care how safe you think you are. Might as well set off firecrackers. Dopes. Hold on, water time. I think we ought to start packing. We might need to make a play soon. Jesus, we might actually be able to do this. I mean, who's gonna feed Clancy? Carol might. Oh yeah, I can knock on her door tomorrow if we need. Who's Clancy? They're fish. Oh man. Ah, I bet having a fish is kinda nice, you know. It's over there doing its thing. You don't have much to do, barely even have to think about it, but you always know it's there. It's what I imagine having a favorite baseball team would be like. She's coming back out. No, that's someone else, I think. Oh shit. They're all coming out. They're like all coming out. I'm counting like 6, 8. No, that's like 10. 10 players? What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, this is gonna be bad. This is gonna be bad. Stupid fucking team. Get the map, because I think they might be everybody, man. Yeah, hold up. I think she was just making a drop off. I don't know if they're even gonna guard it. Where are they all going? Up north, to Tennessee, I bet. There's an offense moving around up there with a ball and only a couple dozen players. Tech already has about 20 defenders up there. They're just sending these folks for reinforcements. So this is how you get a football? You go find an offense that's advancing and line up against them? Yeah, it works the same way as conventional football. 4 downs, 10 yards for a first down, all that. Tech's defense can get the ball if they force a turnover on downs or a fumble or an interception. This is way too aggressive though. They'll be leaving the barn door open here, because now they have nobody defending their stash. And Nick and Manny are allowed to go down there and take the balls? Yep, they're loose footballs. So listen, this is what they're doing here. Every team is 125 players, right? According to the old college football rules, you get 125. You don't really have any way to know for sure where your opponent's players are, but you can make good guesses based on what you've seen. What your teammates have seen, what other people have seen, news stories, whatever. But if they can account for the location of all 125 players, they can deduce that there is nobody fucking home. Okay, this is what we got. What? Field guy, Georgia Tech. We know Tech has at least 20 players up in Tennessee, right around the 200,000 yard line. Where would that be? This one? Or this one? One of these ones. They're actually in North Georgia, but close enough. Then all across Kentucky, they have 50 minimum. Coach said they have one confirmed group of 30 players near Lexington, and then another team of at least 20 in Danville. More or less accurate. They got 25 near Lexington and 25 more in Danville. So that gets us to 70 players accounted for, minimum. Probably closer to 80. Then there was the story from the Detroit paper. What story? I sent it to you. You send me like 20 things a day. Well, they were saying Tech has a bunch of little teams up in Michigan. They're breaking up in groups of 5 and just fanning out all over. They're reporting 40 in total. You trust it? It's a good paper, yeah. Shit, they said 40? They said at least 40 for sure, maybe more. That gets us to 125 easy. There it is. They figured them out. Oh, fun. Where were we again? Here, double check it for me. Look, the 10 we just saw, plus 20, plus at least 30, plus at least 20, plus at least 40, that accounts for 120 guaranteed. Minimum. Yeah, yep. I mean, it's not a guarantee. No, yeah, I know. We've been here since 91, Nick. Come on, y'all see it. NOAA? Oh, this. NOAA? What is NOAA? I mean, this might be the only chance we ever get. I bet this is the only fucking chance we ever get. Fuck. Go, go, go. This is your shot, fellas. No time but the present. I thought the saying was no time like the present. I know what I said. Okay, we gotta go. Hell yeah! What a good image. Okay. Okay, I'll leave a message with the HOA. Let them know we're terminating the lease. Can you talk to Carol? Hate to wake her up, but we can just leave a message on the road. Alright, I'll get our bags ready too. See, this is the shit I like to see. Why are they packing their whole bags? Can't they steal the balls and go back to their house? Or do they have to immediately just start booking it? Guess it'd be easier just to immediately start booking it, right? National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in the US. Okay, good to know. I still can't tell what's going on here. Can you give me some idea of how excited I'm supposed to be? Scale of 1 to 10. Well, from strictly a gameplay perspective, this isn't the craziest thing that ever happened, but it's pretty major. Nick and Manny don't even know how major it is yet. They think they're about to get 1 football. They have no idea they're about to get 9 balls. That would be the biggest turnover in years. And typically, when there's a huge turnover like that, it's because some legion of like 50 players bum rush an opponent. Yeah, sleeping bags should be in there already. Water, trail mix, phones, charging blocks. Your phone charged? No, it's at like 40%. Whoa, Spieler raid. Hi everyone. We're looking at text on the screen. I do love exclusively John Boys football. Your bones stay inside you. Thank you. Hey Spieler, how's it going? What were you playing? How was stream? Hello and welcome. We are reading Fridays I'm gonna start to do a reading streams. Ooh, Pokemon. John, he should be the president. We are reading 20,020, which is the sequel to 17,776. Um, the history of football. Oof, that's been rough. Yeah, my work is also extremely busy right now. But we persevere. We persevere. Uh, so basically, this is a hyperlink fiction. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a hyperlink, like kind of a web comic of sorts. It's loosely the story is like people live forever now, and so we've run out of things to do, so we're like reinventing new game rules for football. So games last like 100 years or whatever, right? Um, and it's mainly from the perspective of satellites that are like watching humans as like little ants. Let me scroll up to find one of these. So here's Juice, one of our main characters. And this is the sequel. So not that you really need to know what's happening. Like most of this is very just kind of odd. Juice, there's our boy. Like most of it's just kind of explaining funny things, and then every now and then it'll have like some really poetic thing. But yeah, right now we're watching Nick and Manny about to go get about 9 balls. Where were we? Sleeping bag should be in there already. Water, trail mix, phones, charging blocks. Your phone charged? No, it's at like 40%. You gotta plug it in when you're not using it. God, Manny never charges his phone. Manny is me. My phone is at 43 right now. It's fine, it's fine. It'll be good in like an hour. We should leave in like... It's 1:30 now. We should get out of the house by 3:30 latest. Can you make us some coffee? No worries, Spiel. Get some sleep. Thank you. And also for everyone else, hi, my name's Bones. I've been playing mostly Minecraft, reading streams, Hollow Knight lately. I'd love a follow. I'm trying to get to 500. I have something really exciting planned for 500. That's all. For tonight, enjoy the story, I guess. Yeah, hold on, hold on. Let's just sit and go over the play real quick. Real quick, we gotta hurry. Anyways, the yellow text here is Juice, by the way. This green text is 10, Pioneer 10. Then we have Manny and Nick. Yeah. For just 2 players to recover 9 footballs is real crazy. So at the moment, if they just get these balls in the first place, I'd rate it like a 7. You should calibrate your excitement to 7 out of 10. I'll put it at a 4, because I don't trust your judgment. I'll take a 4. However, getting the footballs is only the first step. There's a long-ass way to go. But if Nick and Manny can actually pull this whole thing off, I'd take it at like a 9.5. Basically an unprecedented event. If they can get 9 footballs all the way home, it's going to fuck up the entire nature of the game. The balance of power would change throughout college football. That's a big if, though. Being frank with you, I don't think they can do it. Can we stop now? Are we at a stopping point? Let me see. Okay, listen. Coach drew up some stuff for us, but none of them accounted for Tech leaving an empty net. We don't have to transfer to the Georgia State field. I think we can stay on the Tech field. You sure? Oh wow, I'm becoming bored very quickly. Yeah, because look, they're all heading north. We can just scoop the ball and sneak behind them for a while, stay quiet. They're not gonna know. And you know what? I bet they're all gonna be way up to Tennessee, even Kentucky maybe. That'll give us a lot of places to transfer, as long as they don't turn around. Bored. Good luck, fellas. Smell you later. Which I mean, they... Bzz. Will someone please tell me what year it is? In just a minute, sis. There's something we gotta talk about. First, this game. Tell me everything. Teams, rules, scoring, all of it. Okay. Let me clean up my spaghetti I spilled when I was so rudely interrupted. Your pretend spaghetti. Yes. Have you seen the broom? You don't clean up spaghetti with a broom. Lol. Well, why the fuck not? You can't clean up wet stuff with a broom. It's gonna get all nasty. You go over to Juice's house and he's just like vacuuming his front lawn. Juice is like, time to do the dishes. Goes to get the fucking rake. Lol. Fuck this, y'all. Y'all want to hear about this game or not? Yes, finally. Okay. Listen, before I go into this, I just want to say I didn't design this game by myself. It's not my fault, okay? You're not exactly selling me. Well, welcome to College Football Saturday. Oh, video time. Oh, I gotta actually, like, read. Oh, I forgot. Let's full screen this. I'd like to speak on two things. Football and Lunchables pizza. First, football. What you're about to see is the modern college game. I helped design it. Before we begin, do you promise not to get mad at me? No. Figured not. Here's Georgia Tech's field. It's 53 yards wide, as usual, but it's a little bit longer. It goes over the wall, into the stands, through the concourse, and out into Georgia Tech's campus. All this is part of the field as well. Eventually, it makes its way to Atlanta's Centennial Park, where it runs into the other field. And this field belongs to Georgia State. At the start of this game, both of these teams have a football. The objective of the game is to take the other team's football. These two schools do not like each other, and holy hell do they go at it. So what does it look like when both teams have a ball? Well, maybe this player hangs back to defend, or maybe she runs a post route past the trees so her QB can bomb it. Strategically, it's very interesting. Alternatively, Georgia Tech might prefer to play it safe and stay home, or get aggressive and drive the ball through a damn office building. There are lots of options, because this field is very, very long. It goes through buildings, rivers, forests, farms, you name it. Oof, a quarry. Huge pain in the ass here. Well, hell, I wasn't the one who built the stadium at the angle. Go take it up with Bobby Dodd. Anyways, this field won't stop until it hits the ocean. But you know what? I realized this game needed? A third team with a third field. Here, let me get the lights. See, now we got a triangle. You can loop, a defense might be ahead of you, or it might be behind you. So that can be pretty interesting as well. Now this team comes from way up north. See, the reason Purdue's field can intersect it is that their stadium isn't perfectly north-south. Why'd they build it that way in 1900 and whatever? Who cares? We got us a ball game. These three fields are a combined 6,139,649 yards. That's about 3,500 miles. Why do you think it would be mad? This seems kinda cool. I will say that I can't quite figure it out thematically. I get Georgia Tech versus Georgia State, but what does Purdue have to do anything? Nothing really. Oh no. See, I've been slow rolling, y'all. How many teams are in this game? Spit it out, just spit it out. In total, there are 11. Oh god damn it. 111 teams. 111 footballs, 111 fields. This is a gigantic football game. What is wrong with you? I find it's useful to remember that I'm French. How long have people been playing this fucking game? Thousands of years. What have you done? There's no way this game can actually work. Oh no, I got ahead of myself. Or it got ahead of me. Oh no, it doesn't... Stop going so fast. Oh no, it does not work at all. It's an absolute disaster of a football game. It's horrible. It's gorgeous. Wait, you said thousands of years? What year is it? Forget war, this clusterfuck football to play. Starring 9. Pioneer 10. Jupiter Icy Moons Explorer, or Juice. That is such a fun animation, though. Moving on to the second portion of my lecture, I'd like to speak on the virtues of Lunchable pizzas, as well as the shortcomings that ultimately led to its discontinuation. In the 1990s, Lunchable were a popular option for school children seeking agency of the lunchtime meal. While cafeteria food typically comes as it came, Lunchables offered virtually endless premonitions of food. With Lunchables pizza, this frontier was explored further via— Holy shit, shut up, shut up! Sorry. I think Juice is still my favorite. Also, was that volume okay for you guys? It was a little loud. Secondly, love this image of all the football fields. I really hope he actually calculated, and I bet he did, the actual directions of these fucking stadiums. It reminds me of a extremely specific Yard bit, the Yard podcast. Um, 40 more. Okay. Why not, right? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, there's a Yard bit where Aiden's father is a pilot. Well, he is a pilot, but there's a bit where they say that he never turns the plane. He's only a straight shot. He doesn't know how to turn the plane. It just goes straight. And so someone actually calculated what flights you could actually do without turning your plane, and that's accounted for the actual runway to other runway of the plane. You should, or you could listen to my 3-year-old reading stream. Oh, I accidentally put my little guy way too low. Let's move him. Okay, yes, I have no clue what you're saying. Bones audiobook version. Also, okay. I had a moment this past week where I've been trying to think. Genuinely, I've been kind of trying to think of how to make a little bit extra money. Okay? Who couldn't use some extra money? Bob Emergency 2? Hmm. Um, no, I was genuinely kind of looking for other things that I could do that could potentially provide some more money. And I had a day or two where I kind of considered, like seriously considered, maybe delving into doing audiobooks. Um, and then I was talking to Fitz about it, and I was like, I don't know, like, is this something I should do, kind of thing. Basically, I ended up, I don't think I'm going to do audiobooks because a thing that I also do like is reacting to the story, right? They're kind of. I mean, I was looking at into it a lot. It's kind of like you just kind of start auditioning, like you just start auditioning to places. Like, well, depending what you could go, you could start on Fiverr and just pick up some odd jobs there, or you could like audition and kind of build up your portfolio that way. It's like a form of acting, right? It'd be the kind of the same way that you would get into acting, but it's a different niche. Is kind of what I figured out. Yeah, but so my conclusion was I don't think I'm going to do actual audiobooks, but I'm going to instead spend the time that I would do that working more on my Twitch and YouTube, because that makes a little bit more sense to me, I think, in the long run. Because while that could potentially make more money, I think Twitch and YouTube is what I actively want to be doing more. And so, Reading Fridays. The long requested. Anyway, chapter 2. I also, actually, I have a question. Where'd it go?
Holy fuck, Scott
Scott the Woz.
Holy fuck, Scott the Woz.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, I have this.
Holy fuck, Scott the Woz. 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 Fuck, Scott the Woz.
There's a lot of Scott the Woz.
Scott the Woz. Holy fuck, Scott the Woz. Scott the Woz. Holy fuck, Scott the Woz. Scott the Woz. Holy fuck, Scott the Woz. Holy fuck, Scott the Woz. Holy fuck, Scott the Woz.
The chat is like gone. I don't know where you guys are.
Holy fuck, Scott the Woz. Scott the Woz.
Thank you. Anyway, I have this screen that I haven't used at all because I never actually did reading streams. Is this better for you guys, do you think? Or should I stick to this? Because I kind of like the atmosphere of this, but it does mean the actual screen is a little bit smaller. I could zoom in. I did use this for the world's longest joke. Like, I could just do this. Hey, we can zoom in this way. From the funny joke clip. Anyway, someone needs to clip the 70,000 Scott the Woz. Let's read chapter 2 with this, and we can kind of see if you guys are okay with this as well. Thank you, Max, even though the link didn't work. I should just VIP you. I could. I just have links turned off in chat. I don't remember how to VIP people. It's okay. We're going to stick like this. I don't know how readable this is for you guys. We'll stick with this for chapter 2. And if you want the pictures to be bigger, we can go back. I was annoyed with you. I wouldn't say I was mad, just annoyed. You know how much I love football, how much I love invention. I can even appreciate the occasional chaotic element, but any game of considerable size, and especially this size, has to be smartly built. You have to think of the audience, and especially the players. Well, nobody's making them play this. They like what they like. I know. Listen. Holy shit, Scott the Woz. I'm not taking that away from them, and it's clear how much this means to you. I felt bad about reacting the way I did. so I figured I'd take the rest of the night off, look at the stars for a while, watch the sunrise. Problem was, I'd only come out of hibernation for a few hours, and my quantum channel hadn't fully come back online yet, so this morning I just watched it from out here. From out there? You're still cruising at 7 miles a second, right? 7.6 miles per second, yes. You've been out there for like 18,000 years. So that puts you about 4 trillion miles from the sun? 4,399,696,005,807 miles. Oh, hi. Thanks for the raid. How's it going? Okay. Now it's 4,399,696,005,849. Now it's 4,399,696,005,889. Now it's 4,399,696,005,933. Now it's 4,399,696,005,975. Now it's 4,399,696,006,022. Now it's 4,399,696,006,062. Now it's quit it. You know I hate it when you do that. I know you do. Remember when you did that for a month straight? That would have been in like the 94th century, I think. March of 9,303. You want to see the sunrise I saw this morning? Ah, fuck. Being you sucks. Well, this is the price of being 4.4 trillion miles away from your stupid ass. Fair deal if you ask me. That's no way to talk to the buddy who was nice enough to record the sunrise for you this morning. You didn't. I did. I figured you wouldn't be fully online yet. It's from your favorite spot, too. Oh, it's a football field, of course. I really like how grainy this is, though. That's so cool. Good colors. Oh my god, Husky Stadium, look at that. This is my first real sunrise in 2,000 years, thank you. Hope you don't mind, I forgot to remove the field overlay. No, it's okay. Look at... Wow, it goes across Union Bay, then up over the mountains. Oh, did you give 9 the reorientation exam? Yeah, they're taking it now. I mean, 9 clearly seemed to have their bearings, but I figured it was a good idea just to make sure. Looks like they're acing it so far. Section 4, Essay Questions. All answers are required. In broad terms, please describe the period of human history between the years 2026 and 20,020. All answers are required. In 2026, for reasons that are still not understood, human beings stopped aging, stopped becoming ill, and stopped being born. Thereafter, advanced nanotechnology was developed that protected all human life on Earth from physical harm, effectively rendering humans immortal beings. This led to post-scarcity societies in which physical, political, and economic conflict effectively vanished. That is in less than 2 years. 2 years and a month, or a year and a month, actually. You think in a year we'll get to this state? I don't think so. Human ambitions then shifted to territorial expansion and technological advances. In the former case, it became quickly apparent that extraterrestrial exploration was infeasible, light speed travel was impossible, and outer space offered little to nothing of interest to human beings. In the latter case, humans found that their present technologies were entirely sufficient. Further advances were seen as at best unnecessary, and at worst erosive to their cultures and lifestyles. Gradually, humans accepted a fate of eternal recreation and now identify as creatures of play whose entire purpose is to enjoy themselves, often via sports and games. I don't sadly I don't believe Boy. I don't know how to say his last name. Was right, but like this would be ideal, right? Like this is peak, especially with the like extraterrestrial exploration and stuff. I don't think we need to go and like colonize another planet, okay? I think we should just focus on fixing shit here, right? Like immortal or whatever, like it also seems like in a world where people go to work because they want to, not because they have to in order to survive or whatever, right? Like that's the ideal, especially with the like, oh, gold star. Thank you. There has to be. I think I think anyone would just stream. Eventually, I think you just get bored and you're just like, let's see what some other random person's up to eventually. And then you eventually just kind of like know everyone on the planet or like, you know. But also like people would stream and it wouldn't really it wouldn't really matter about like getting money or whatever. They just kind of do it because they want to. I was also gonna say the advancements, right? The present technology was entirely sufficient. I believe that. I believe our technology is this is probably enough. Like we have a pretty good technology. I don't think we need iPhone number 700, right? And at worst, erosive to their cultures and lifestyles. Like, if we can keep actual cultures intact and stuff for 20,000 years, that's crazy. That's ideal, right? Can you guys even see this screen, or is it cropped really weird? It's cropped a little weird. Yeah, planned obsolescence and stuff. So I was just looking at this. It's a little cropped. I should fix that. I might play around with this screen a little bit. I don't like how this sits. Like, maybe I'll just extend that paper out and have the chat, like, underneath. It's just that I really like this fireplace element. Maybe I'll play with that later. Um, Thank you. Okay, your answer is very much appreciated. Hope you are doing well. Juice, did you write this test? I know this is you. Okay, bye. Bye. Hello again, this is the test speaking. Fuck you, man. Would you like to be friends with me? It is very lonely being a test. The essay question is the closest I ever get to having a conversation. Please don't go. Save me. I love you. Ass, 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 fuck, ass. I've got a Yule log in here. Well, it's not a Yule log, it's a fireplace. Should I put a Yule log? Hmm. It kind of counts. When I was originally playing with this screen, to be fair, I think I made this 2 to 3 years ago too, when I'd like revamped my whole channel. Hello, Mimit Live. When I was revamping this, I played around with actually having a fireplace video with like the sound as well. Oh wait, I do have. I can turn off. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Yule is in a couple weeks. Hello, Mimic Koei. Oh, what the fuck? I already wrote us a perfectly good exam. You just have to fuck around at every opportunity. Every single opportunity. I'm happy to apologize every time I do something like this, but know that I don't plan to reflect on my actions or change my behavior in any way. I'm just gonna say I'm sorry and keep doing the same shit. Cool? No, not cool. Commit sauce. That wasn't a question. I was just remarking that it's cool that I'm like this. Okay, you owe me another pretty sight now. Yeah, okay. We don't even have to leave the neighborhood. Here's the Wazoo Field running past Mount Rainier. Chat is covered by the gigantic screen. What can I do about that? Huh, well, if you can look at that, that doesn't help either. We can do this. It's like awesome sauce, yeah. There, that's better. I think I could put chat underneath, though. Mimit means awesome in another language. I can't deny that it's a beautiful field. I would love to be able to look at this and like... So you know what? Sell me on this game. Take your best shot. Okay. I've spent centuries trying to figure out how to talk to you about this, so pardon me if I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that looks like the battle pass.
Does look like the battle pass.
Definitely a battle pass.
That shit look like the battle pass.
That's what I'm saying.
Google, show me this guy's balls.
Thank you, Fish. That's what I'm saying. I'm not an intimidating person, unless good taste intimidates you. It does. That's the fucking problem here. Ha. Okay. When we drew out blueprints for this field, the rules were extremely simple. 1. A field is exactly 160 feet wide at all points. 2. A field sits directly on top of a team's home field. 3. A field extends vertically in both directions until it meets either an international border or an ocean. These are more or less the rules they followed when they developed game 96,249. Did that serve as inspiration? No, that game was artless crap, and its rules had nothing to say about anything. I loved it, but this, upon the sight of it, Satan himself flees in terror to the comfort of his simple pentagram. College football is back, baby. Me when college football is back, baby. He had to have plotted this out, right? It is interesting that so many of them run north-south. Isn't it? We built this horror not by breaking the rules, but by following them. Simply following the lines I painted so faithfully, it's resulted in a field that stretches a combined 236,463,206 yards. It's longer than 130,000 miles. The amount of land it claims is more than double the size of Delaware. Rip to Delaware, by the way. We don't say that enough. I thought your pet theory was that Delaware never existed. It was for a long time. Then after 17,000 years, I finally talked to someone who had actually been there. My new theory is that Maine never existed. Now, even for a glorified computer like me, it doesn't quite make sense to me that it claims 4,000 square miles. Look at those stringy little fellas. How could it possibly? That's Virginia's field, right? Yeah. And you said the field stops at the ocean? I'm guessing it doesn't include underwater territories? Right, yeah, so it stops right after it crosses into North Carolina. And of course, none of the underwater states are in play for any field. Oh, right, there was a big flood thing, though. Global warming is sadly still a thing in this world. I forgot that. This leads me to the elements that led to the creation of this field. See, if people planned everything centrally and acted monolithically, you'd imagine all the fields would be laid out in the same angle, right? They'd probably all face perfectly north-south. None of the fields would intersect with one another, and the game would be impossible to play. Thankfully, people built their stadiums at all kinds of angles for all kinds of different reasons. I've done my best to distill these reasons into 6 guiding elements. These are the 6 conditions and behaviors that effectively built this field. 1. The sun. 2. The earth. 3. Humankind's appreciation of beauty. 4. Humankind's desire for order. 5. Humankind's avarice. 6. Humankind's disunity. Ahem. I hope you know I was counting on my fingers during that. First element, the sun. Now, the most common misconception about the sun is that a jolly goblin who helpfully pours raisins into your cereal. This is false. Gasp. Cereal boxes are responsible for a host of misconceptions, but that one might be most fundamentally wrong. The sun, in fact, influences the orientations of football stadiums more than any other factor. If you ignore the maps and fields and look only at the stadiums themselves, they are at first resemble confetti. This is true. But closer inspection reveals that almost all the fields either face some variant of north-south or northwest-southeast. These orientations are optimal if you want to keep the sun from getting in the player's eyes. In particular, northwest-southeast is most effective. Stanford Stadium is a brilliant example of this. If you're a Stanford receiver running a corner fade route to the back of the end zone at 3 p.m. local time in mid-October, this is what you see. The sun is hanging out there above the press box, well out of your field of view. It won't get in your eyes. This is great, because if the player does drop the ball, they won't be able to blame the sun, and will likely foist the blame on the quarterback. This creates internal strife, which is one of my favorite things about football. Second element, the climate. Here we see 2 stadiums. Syracuse, Carrier Dome, and Georgia Southern's Paulson Stadium. Both these fields flaunt convention, lying east-west for a very important reason. They don't give a shit. Former State Senate Glenn Bryant, who donated the land on which the facility was built, will foot the $35,000 light bill. Mr. Bryant's generosity makes it possible for us to schedule night games early in the season when the heat and humidity are very unpleasant for our fans and players. Is Georgia like that? Sure. Because obviously doesn't care because they played in a dome. And while I can't confirm this, my guess is that Georgia Southern doesn't care because thanks to the intense humidity, they prefer to schedule night games anyway. That makes sense. Third element, humankind's appreciation of beauty. We actually already covered this, that beautiful sunrise you watch from Husky Stadium. It's been claimed that Washington laid it out damn near east-west as a result of an engineering study that determined it offered optimal sunlight conditions. But I choose to believe a different account, which claims that they just laid it out like that because it looks pretty. I think that's pretty obvious. Fourth element, humankind's desire for order. Get a load of these nerds. Cardinal Stadium feels compelled to adhere to downtown Louisville's street grid, even though it isn't perfectly north-south. It's order for order's sake. It's following the rule without understanding the intention of the rule. I think the answer they'd give us, which they can't because there is no clear intention. I think the answer they give is, well, we want to situate it parallel to the street because it makes the parking lot easier to lay out. Okay, but you're boxed in by 3 roadways that's all going in all kinds of directions. Why that one? Seems like everyone has a different answer for why Louisville's street grid is slanted like this. I've looked at some old maps, and as far as I can tell, this all started because in the 1700s, some ding-dong set up a farm by the river at this angle. What he was thinking, I have no idea. Maybe he surveyed poorly, maybe he correctly concluded that it didn't fucking matter, but thanks to him... Thank you. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I was gonna say, city planning is very interesting because you can tell, like, old development from new development. Basically, I've been driving a lot more recently, and you can tell we live in kind of an older neighborhood, which is very pretty, architecture-wise, but the roads are so fucking narrow. Ooh. That sounds good, Purdy. But then all the new development in the city are just fucking roundabouts. They love their roundabouts. It's so stupid. Anyway. Ghost buildings? Max, if I search up ghost buildings right now, is it going to bring me to what I want? What do you mean ghost buildings in the external walls? What do you mean by that? This is what it's brought up. I think I can see what you mean though. I think this picture probably gives you a bit of a better. Interesting. Well, that's not really what I wanted. That's cool. I love that. Architecture's fun sometimes, man. Anyway. Louisville Fields runs to this little bitty island up in Michigan, which turned out to be a great spot to hide their footballs. Back when they had them, anyway. They were actually a pretty strong contender at one time. They had 4 footballs back in the 19,200s. Of course, they went to shit after that, but fact remains, this field bore witness to a significant chapter in the history of the grandest football game ever played. All thanks to that ancient doofus and his weird farm. Real Max. Very cool. It's cool to see, but then sometimes... Oh, sorry. I'm thinking specifically gentrification. When, like, small businesses get fucking bought out by the Starbucks. That's different. I am sleepy. I worked 7 hours today. Yeah, I didn't really start my new schedule on a really great week for this. I'm working like 5 days straight. But what better time to start than the present? Yeah, this is me when I read. Eyes closed. This is beginning to dawn on me. This game was unintentionally designed by countless numbers of people. People who had no idea what they were building. People who, like this farmer, had never even heard of American football because it didn't exist yet. Yes, one player once said that they were playing on the field our mothers and fathers built for us. For better or worse, of course, which leads us to fifth element, humankind's avarice. What does that mean? Extreme greed for wealth or material gain. Okay, test over, I quit. What did I just walk into? Oh hey, Deuce is giving a lecture. Goodbye. Wait, it's cool. It's actually oddly fascinating. You too? I thought you hated this game. Oh, I think I still do. Hey, I think you showed up just in time. You might want to stick around for a part. You know what? I think I've had enough of you today. Section 5 Observations. In this section, the test administrator will offer some interesting observations about the world. This section is about him, not you. Please answer with interest and enthusiasm. And 1. In my view, basketballs should be filled with heavy whipping cream. Over the course of the game, all the dribbling may eventually whip the cream into butter. This will surely make the basketball more difficult to dribble. However, the winning team will be awarded a delicious basketball filled with butter. Pretty neat. Exit program. Listen, Nine, I'm sorry. I wrote that a few years after you went into hibernation. I was very bored. Which is actually why I started working on designing this game shortly thereafter. It's probably a good thing that I found a hobby. You would have to murder the basketball. Unless they made, like, basketballs where you can screw part of it on and off. Like, screw half of it. You know, like those Atlas globes? Jay's explaining why college football fields were built in the angles they were. Sunlight, climate, beauty, adherence to street grids. Fifth one is greed, right? Yep. Can I take a wild guess at where we're going with this one? Shoot. Georgia State. Correct. Okay, let me take this one. I think I got it. 9. You were launched in 1968. What does your onboard data tell you about Atlanta sports? Hold on. Onboard memories are really slow. Yeah, it really would. Basketballs are not made for that. Have you ever seen how it's made, how baseballs are made? That's all. Alright, as of 1968, Atlanta Stadium was home to the Braves and the Falcons. Haven't had a chance to catch up on much since then. A few years later, it was renamed Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. It was a big, strong stadium that was far more structurally sound than the Coliseum in Rome, which lasted many centuries as a sports venue. It was perfectly fine. Then, the Georgia Dome was built, and the Falcons moved out. Forging one? And then the Olympics came to town, necessitating another stadium. Those Olympics wrapped up. The Braves moved in 1997, and Atlanta Fulton County Stadium was bulldozed. Today it's a parking lot with the original field painted over it. Fast forward to the 2010s, Georgia State has started a football program, and their team shares the Georgia Dome with the Falcons. Not a bad deal for the state, huh? Georgia Dome is this great big dome stadium at about 20 years old. It's one of the newest facilities in all of college football. Yep, all in all, they made off pretty well. But then, behold, a giant butthole. Oh, these images are fun. Ah! Haha. Every single fucking time I laugh. Every time. It's an asshole. It's an asshole. It's a gigantic steel asshole. Anyone who says otherwise is delusional. Man, what I wouldn't give if I had an asshole like that. I would take shits I would not believe. I would form nebulas. What is that thing? Sometimes I forget how much you haven't caught up on. It's a delight. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium, home of the Falcons. Every day, architects went to work, sat down, designed this thing, and thought, I'm not drawing a butthole. Taxpayers read the news and nodded, we are not funding a butthole. Construction workers labored for years, seething through gritted teeth, we are not building a butthole. And then one day, they realized they built a butthole. You know what I always say? Buttholes are like assholes. You guys are making this up. This is a stunt. Hand to God, go look at it for yourself. The Georgia Dome. A building that, at age 25, was just barely older than the college football players who called it home, was demolished. There's nothing wrong with it. The Falcons just got tired of it. Meanwhile, Georgia State suddenly needs a new home. They're in luck because at about the same time, the Braves do the same thing. Mimit, have you not seen 17776? This is the sequel to that. And I mean, to be fair, it's in general the story just kind of jumps in to this in general, so it's not like you're like missing crucial things. It's the story of college football as told by satellites. These colors right here, this is Juice, the Jupiter something or other. This is Pioneer 9 and this is Pioneer 10. Yeah, you just figure it out. What does Max send me? Oh, good. Ghost buildings. That's a cool photo. Yeah, so basically humans can no longer die. We're 20,000 years into the future, and football has changed drastically. And it's all written by John Boaz, who, like, for real does sportscasting, like, as his job. From foreground to background. 1. The 20-year-old perfectly nice stadium the Braves didn't want anymore. Are these actually numbered? From foreground to background. Oh, here. This is number 1. The remnants of the other perfectly nice stadium the Braves left. This one right here. The Butthole Coliseum. That one right there. Circled, because you can barely see it from here, the new suburban stadium the Braves moved into. That's quite a drive. It's like a molting snake. Oh, absolutely, he loves his job. Why else would you get into sports if you don't like sports? People were broken in those times. In terms of purpose and community and everything else, they were fractured. A healthy society does not do this, and given eternity, they finally realized it. This is why almost nothing has changed. This is Exhibit A. Over the last 18,000 years, people have almost universally elected to preserve and rebuild what they have, including the massive sphincter, which stands at this day. And now we arrive at the coda, because if you look at Turner Field again, you'll notice that it's now a football field. When the Braves moved out, Georgia State football moved right in. Once again, taking refuge in a home abandoned for no good reason. Now, I'm sure their general instinct would be to orient the field perfectly north-south. Why not, right? That's how its neighbor Georgia Tech is set up. But because they were delivered a hand-me-down baseball stadium, it didn't quite fit it, right? They had to skew it just a little bit. And this is why I think both y'all will get a hoot out of this. The Georgia State Field runs directly over the rings in Centennial Park, the symbol of the Olympics, the very thing that set all this shit in motion. Almost perfectly centered in the middle of the field, too. Unbelievable. Like, in order to create this story, he must have had to look at specific stadiums and just go on fucking Google Maps or probably Google Landsat, whatever this is, right? And actually have to plot these things out, which is really funny. And then he probably just did that separately and then went, this would work for a sequel. And then made like some dialogue around it, right? This is just this man's insane rabbit hole presented in his findings. Like, this is his findings. It's really good. Yeah, he must know them by heart at least now. Oh my god, that's poetic. Well done. Bravo. There's 111. That's a fair amount. Well, but these are also, this one is like college football, so I think that's different than the NFL. I don't know. Thanks, but I didn't do it. It wasn't my idea. It's just the way the damn thing runs. This is art missing an artist. It is found poetry. Pokemon's different. Pokemon's different. It's just Pokemon's different because it's like creatures, right? Unless you start to envision every football field as its own creature, which I guess I could see. Sorry, I'm thinking through that. Yes, OC designs for every stadium. Yeah, I'd believe it. Well, I mean, if every stadium has a home team, most teams will have a mascot, right? Yeah, we came to the same conclusion. If it were written, it would be beautifully written. But I'm looking at it right now. It's a straight line. You didn't lie. I didn't have to. We never did. Maybe for these things, I'll go full screen. He redesigns each mascot for each stadium. There's some good looking mascots out there. And some crazy looking ones. There's one very important detail that I don't believe I wish it would y'all are aware of yet. See, intersections are crucial. Suppose you're West Virginia and you're receiving reliable reports that Pitt has a football right here. You've got players sitting here at home if you want. You can head south, cut north on a whatever field, and meet him like that. Or you could head down a little further, take Liberty's field, and meet him in the other direction. Or if you want to be sneaky and take your time, you can even head north in your own field, take Maryland southeast, and charge him down on him. You can take a practically endless number of routes, depending on what suits you. The average team has a field that intersects dozens of times. Even the Syracuse field, one of the shortest in the game, meets with NCU, Howard, and Buffalo. That brings us to Nick and Manny, who we last saw in Atlanta. They are far away from home. In fact, they play for San Diego State. Their home field sits along whatever stadium way back in the day. They were supposed to have a new stadium built for them, but plans fell through. They've stayed here ever since. Want to know how many intersections they have? 0. The field runs into the US-Mexico border, just 5 miles away from Boise State Field. We surveyed it again and again and again, every time hoping we got the angle just a little bit wrong. Nope. You said players aren't allowed to leave the field. That's true. How come Nick and Manny are all the way out there? Well, we left a little something in the rulebook for them. It's not exactly a cheat, more of a loophole. Everyone knows about it, but no one imagines it's possible to exploit right now. I'll fill you in on how it works, but there are 2 things you need to know about this scheme. If Nick and Manny can actually pull it off, 1, it will be perhaps the greatest moment in the history of college football. 2, it will fuck everything up. I'm excited his map worked out for him. It's a beautiful map. His visuals are they're so good. Like, they're really simple. They're lines, whatever, but like, these are some fucking calculated lines. And the ones where, like, this stuff, I love this. I don't know how he does this. Maybe we'll watch that maybe when we finish this, you know. You can do that. Okay. I think this might be the last chapter that we read tonight. You got it. 9, you should know. Your sister's better at tracking than I ever was. Doesn't look like it. Shh, just rusty is all. I just woke up. Just turn on the state boundaries. Fine, I don't need them, but fine. Oh, okay. Wow, I never really noticed it before, but Florida really looks like crap. How so? What would you change about it? Is this Florida? Didn't Florida got like flooded, right, in this world? Got him. Whoa, shit, lady, you threw a dart. Fucking beautiful. They haven't gotten far at all. Tough navigating the suburbs, I'm sure. Yeah, he also did that. Yeah, Florida's be like here-ish. This guy's great. Like, researching stuff is sometimes hard, right? Like, just finding information. He would have had to read, like, full science papers for that. That's true. I forgot that. I thought about rereading the first one, but I just figured we might as well just go to part 2. I've already read the first one. It's not like I really need to know specific things, but anyway. They haven't gotten far at all. Tough navigating the suburbs, I'm sure. Especially carrying 9 footballs. Oh yeah, that explains the backpacks. You know, when we were drawing up this game, we thought about making bags illegal. In the end, we decided to allow them. Kind of regret that now. It'd be fun to see him bumble around Georgia with armloads of footballs. At one point, I also wanted to replace the football with a glass of lemonade. Don't spill the lemonade. Who doesn't enjoy a glass of delicious lemonade? Do you even care about gameplay experience? I think it's very, very obvious that I don't. Anyways, let's listen in. On their private conversation? I wanted to say something earlier. I don't feel good about that. Nah, that's fine. All the players agreed to be mic'd up. Whenever this game actually ends, it's going to make for the best documentary series of all time. Besides, you know someone out there is probably listening in on us, guaranteed. Bzz. No, see, that's 3212 Forest Run. The stucco house, that's 3214 Forest Run. Wait, is this Forest Run Drive or Forest Run Trail? Forest Run Drive. Who named these goddamn streets? We gotta get out of this state. Okay, here we go. We're right here. Right about on the 53,900th yard line. Yeah, I think people just you just learn so much, right? There'd be such a knowledge sharing, you know? Notes compiled by Nicholas. Public swimming pool, open May through September only. Mr. Daravo's house, believed to be related to a Daravo family who lives near the 13th yard line on the Kentucky field. Unknown inhabitants are gardeners who frequent their backyard. Friendly with Georgia Tech football teams will report unrecognized players. Potential safe house. Has been vacant for at least 75 years, apparently due to poor renovation work. Oh, this snuck up on me. Safe house is only about 500 yards from us, 600 yards out. I mean, who wouldn't? Feel like we should move. We're a little exposed here. Should be okay. I don't see anyone out and around about it right now. As long as we can make it past number 3 up here. I think they're out gardening. Nah, if I remember right, they grow a lot of squash mostly. Which means what? It's October. You think they're planting squash in Georgia in fucking October? Why would I know that? Why would I know that? Because you're playing in Georgia, and you've been playing in Georgia for 30 years, and you have to know this kind of shit. I send you shit to read all the time, and you never read it. Oh, there they go again. I think we're done here. Listen, I don't hit you over the head with the shit I know. I know all about chess, but I don't spend all day going like, oh, Nick, what's a back rank make? What's a rates make? What's a smothered mate? It's about to be you in a minute. Psst. They're wild, man. People just don't change. They don't ever change. Page 31,407? Yeah, they were stuck in that condo for 30 years and didn't have much else to do but scout the field. This game sucks so fucking bad, man. Everything I've seen so far is tedium. Watching, waiting, marching, sitting around. Football was supposed to replace war, not emulate it. I'd encourage you to give it a shot and watch more of it before you decide it sucks. Because while you will invariably conclude that it sucks, your reasons for thinking it sucks might very well change. Fair. You were going to tell us about the loophole? Yes. I think it's probably best to back way up here. A few years before this game kicked off in 17,804, we issued bowl invites to all the teams, including one that still makes me laugh. Ha. Oh yeah, Hawaii. Now, technically, it would have been possible for Hawaii to play. Motorized vehicles of any kind are prohibited, but teams are allowed to use rowboats, canoes, etc. By the way, lots of fields go over lakes. Like, football is fucking awesome, and we'll get to that eventually. Anyways, the members of the bowl committee loved my pitch for this game until they realized that including Hawaii would make this way, way more of a seafaring game than any of them wanted. Getting to Hawaii in a rowboat, dude. Imagine. Yeah. I guess I'd probably start mapping out places by walking. Do they explain, like, you don't get sick or anything? Do you feel like you wouldn't drown? Does cold affect you? Like, would snow affect you? Football needs more hazards. And remember, the game doesn't end until one team has every single football. And since every team gets a football at the start, you can't really avoid the Hawaii problem. After a lot of haggling, they managed to effectively disqualify Hawaii by making all ocean territories out of bounds. Hawaii withdrew as a result, being a thorough completionist. I was disappointed by this, but I respect their decision. Injury is different than being cold. Is coldness an injury? Also, of course we're sliding into horror territory. We're talking about immortal stuff here. However, I'm making the oceans out of bounds. They effectively kneecapped San Diego State. Originally, SDSU did have one intersection. This one was Stanford. They set things up, it seems like they would still die via normal, unnatural cause of death, but they made nanobots to provide basically anything to avoid humans getting hurt. Keeps you toasty. I think I'd still stay inside in the winter. But if you look off in the distance, you'll see that Stanford's field sets a path through the ocean to get here. Once oceans were taken out to play, poof, intersection removed. San Diego State had an orphaned field. But unlike Hawaii, SDSU refused to withdraw. They lobbied for every rule they could think of. They wanted to redraw their field so it bent at an angle. Of course, I firmly opposed that because it would have compromised the comically literate spirit of the game. So they wanted to open up Mexico so their field could go a little further south and make an intersection, but Mexico wanted no part of it. I think if John Boy did a collab with like Stephen King or some other body horror author, that'd be kind of sick. That's true. They don't know why. I don't know any internet. I couldn't think of any scientist off the top of my head, and the closest horror was Stephen King. Ooh. Hank Green would be funny. Those I think would actually mesh really well. Like their humor would mesh. Absolutely. Also, I should read some Stephen King. We'll add that to the fucking list. I haven't read his second book. What have I read of Hank Green? I've read... I've read one of them ages ago. I don't remember. Whatever. They wanted to open up Mexico so their field could go a little further south and make an intersection, but Mexico wanted no part of it. Then they tried to make air travel legal, which would have been cool, but it was a particular variant of stupid that didn't interest me as much. They couldn't push anything through, but the fact remained that they had a football and they weren't giving it up. We had to find a way to make SDSU somehow accessible without jeopardizing the spirit of the game, and that is why I came up with Out of Bounds Time, or OBT. The issue is my pile right now does include all of Animorphs. That's kind of what I want to read during my reading streams. But thankfully, this is also just going to make me read more, which is great, because I used to read on the bus, and I don't take the bus anymore. We'll get to things eventually. That's what I always say. It just takes another couple years. If I can actually keep this up of reading for a couple hours each week, we can get through things surprisingly quick. This is how Out of Bounds works. If you step out of bounds, or you're shoved out of bounds, you have exactly 10 seconds to return to the field to play. If you fail to do this, you are automatically and permanently ejected from the game, no exceptions. 10 seconds? I thought that would have been way more time. Now, since it was clear from the jump that this game was going to take centuries, you can imagine how much of a bummer this can be for players and fans. Because, I mean, in certain sports, it is actually really easy to fall off the field. Take, for example, the Fresno State 1,430,760 yard line north. Jesus. Sucks ass. Sucks real bad. You're on such a slant that you could trip, fall down the mountain, and not make it back up in time. What if you're a star running back and this happens to you? I mean, imagine how much of a damn zealot you have to be to play this game for, I don't know, 1,000 years. Then you take one wobbly step and it's all gone? Your whole life, whole identity, gone? To help mitigate the odds of this happening, I'd introduce Out of Bounds Time. OBT is simple. For every year you spend on the field, you are guaranteed 1 extra second off it. Oh. 1 second per year. So 1 second per 31,536... 31 million, sorry. 536,000 seconds. Yeah, you know it doesn't sound like much, but if you've played 1,000 years shit, do the math. You got almost 17 minutes of OBT saved up. More than enough time to make your way back in most cases. This goes a long way towards keeping your best players in the game. And there's the loophole. You got it? Oh, here they are. Damn, that was good. Hey, when you're camping, you're allowed to cook eggs in the bacon grease. That's the rules. Sorry they came out all fucked up looking, though. Cast iron skillets aren't good for eggs. I don't care what they look like, really. Give me your plate. Oh, thanks. Whoa, whoa, hey, what are you doing? What? You're not supposed to use soap in a cast iron skillet. Doesn't matter. It does. No, it doesn't. You know my whole thing on this. What's that? Every few years, some article comes out that says, listen, folks, I see you out here washing your cast iron skillets with soap. No, just no. Then someone else will write something that's like, yes, you can. Then someone's like, we performed an experiment to see who's right once and for all, but you don't remember what they found out. Nobody knows who's right. People just internalize the last thing they read, forget about the whole thing. Then a few years later, this happens all over again. This has happened for 18,000 years. No, just no is such a good one. I might start saying that again, just to say it. Just to annoy me? Either that or I can't even. What the hell? Let's bring back the 19400s. Let's check out one of the balls. I don't know. We should probably put this fire out soon. Come on, the backfield's empty. No one's coming back this way. We said one. We said every night we could check out one of them. Alright, yeah? Wanna pick one? I don't know. Just reach in the bag and take one. I can't believe we got 9 of them. It feels so fucking weird, man. This is like, I mean, how many times has a ball carrier carried this many? Has it ever happened? I wouldn't be surprised if it's never happened. And even if it did, it's probably some big 50-person unit or something. We're just 2 dudes. I mean, what do we do if we run into defense and we have to line up at scrimmage? What the fuck does that, like, what kind of fucking play do we run? There's a reason we don't have a play for that, right? It's impossible. We are fast, though. Don't know if anyone's got more speed than us. Here, let me just... I'm gonna draw it up. This will be funny. Oh god. How many defenders are we running into? I mean, once word gets out these balls are missing, everyone's gonna send everybody after us. Let's say 100. I'm not gonna draw 100. 50 then? Yep. Well, fuck. This is enough for 14 on the line, 26 at the secondary, 7 way back and sort of prevent defense, and then, just for the hell of it, if I were them, I'd put 3 more, a few hundred yards back, just for safety. Have them hide in the trees or something and ambush us. Well, we got just enough people to snap a football. All 9, though. You'd have to snap all 9, so that means no shotgun. Jesus, we did not plan for 9. All those years. I mean, I remember a couple times. Remember I said to you, what if there's 2 or 3? Can't believe they'd be that stupid. They just, it's like we said, they got sloppy. They thought there was no way a player could make it into Atlanta without getting made. Then what probably happened is, they found out about another ball out there and just sent the whole house after them. Well, hope they get that one. Pretty soon they'll be missing every one of these. Come on, let's see one. Alright, let me see if I can figure out how to work this. Where's my phone? You want me to call it? No. No, it's right here. I think after you open the app, you just give it a minute to pair. But it's gotta be, like, right next to the ball. You gotta kind of hold it up to it. Alright. Okay, what's it say? Bull and D. This is the Notre Dame football. Oh, damn. They're one of those goose eggs, right? Let me pull up the scoreboard real fast. ND, ND... What is this? I'm Andy and I recently found a weird frog in my backyard. If you're an expert on frogs and find yourself in or near Little Rock, Arkansas, please contact me so I can help me learn about what kind of frog it is. This kind of thing would happen so much, that's so cool. Oh yeah, they're way down there below us. They're at 0. Does it say how many? All. Does it say how many balls each team has? I don't know. I feel like they fell to 0 really fast too, like first 100 years of the game. I think so. They lost this ball early and never got it back. I've never once seen them move up the rankings. Notre Dame used to be good too. I'm talking like way back in the 1900s. No shit? Oh yeah, they won lots of titles in old football, I think. Anyway, I never watched football back then. I only really know about them because for some reason they'd be on national TV. Like I'd turn on the game one afternoon and they were playing, even in a year when they weren't even good. And I'm like, I'm in California, who the fuck is Notre Dame? Oh, you know what I bet I can do? Look at this. You can hit the history tab and see where it's been. Oh shit, look. Whoa. This is cool. Football tracker. The lines show everywhere this ball has been, and the dots, I think the dots show every time it was hidden, or at least every time it stayed in the same place for a while. Yeah, it's just like you said, it started in Notre Dame, but it only stayed up there for 76 years. And then stop number 2 is in Louisville. I guess Louisville went and took it? Must have, yeah. They took it back to Cardinal Stadium, kept it there for like 400 years. Then either someone bum rushed their stadium, got a turnover, or Louisville decided to try and hide it somewhere else. Look at number 3 there, somewhere in southern Illinois. That's not anywhere near its stadium. That would have been in... You do the math. Game started in 17,804 plus 76 plus 414. I guess it got to 0.3 in this late 183rd century. Someone just let it sit there for 17 years. Teams were experimenting with that back then. Just hide in a tree in the middle of nowhere. Way less secure than stashing it in your stadium, obviously. But at least you don't have to target on your back. Stupid. Yeah. Same time, though, that's how old football was, too. When it was first invented, teams would punt on, like, second down. They cared about field position more than the ball. No shit. You know that shit is still in the books? If you wanted to, next time we run into a teammate and have to play for scrimmage, we could just punt. What would that do? Oh, jack shit. Absolutely nothing. I guess they just wanted to stay as true to old football as they could. Huh. Meanwhile, we're eating dinner at the 70,000 yard line. It's funny, man. The highway's like what? 100 yards away or something? About. See this car goes by and you gotta figure, just playing the numbers, that every third person who goes by is a big football fan, if not more, right? Probably more. They got no idea that the biggest thing in football is happening right fucking here. They're driving right past it. When I was a little kid, my family just had one car. My mom had to drive my dad to work, drive him back home. Then later she'd have to go get him again. His job was like an hour away. Me and my sister were too little to stay home by ourselves, so we'd have to come along in the car every time. I'd bring along books and stuff, but I'd get car sick looking at them. A lot of times I couldn't sleep, so I'd just look out the window. When you're on the interstate, there's nothing to look at but trees, really. I tried to count the trees, but there were just too many, and they go by way too fast. Way too many. So then I just wonder what all those trees were all about. Were they always there? Did somebody have to go plant them all? I mean, I was a little kid, so I didn't know this stuff. Was it somebody's job to go plant those trees? How far back did they go? What was behind them? Does anyone live back there in a log cabin? What was going on? Then you get a little older, and you just keep your eyes on the road. You get more important things to do, and you don't care anymore. You know it's just trees, but now here we are. That's a 2018 image. You think they can do it? Here is the very brief history of Nick and Manny. It's New Year's Day, 17804, the first day of the new college football. It's all anyone in America is talking about. Teams all over the country are busting out the stadium gates with designs on building their football empires. But not San Diego State, the orphan mockery of a football team. The distance between SDSU's southern-eastern terminus and Boise State's southern terminus is 4.88 miles, 8.58 yards, so nearly 86 football fields. Even for human beings, this is too much of a waste of time. Most SDSU players didn't even show up. Some signed up and quit just so they could say they were football players once, but not Nick and Manny. For 1,500 years, they dutifully stayed on the field, endlessly cross-training through the mountains, improving their 5-mile run time. Then one day, in the year 19304, with 25 minutes saved up apiece, they went for broke. Their pace was unlike anything the sport had ever seen. They both maintained a 3 to 53 mile pace for nearly 5 miles. That's crazy. They made it in 18 minutes and 57 seconds. Nick and Manny spent the following centuries roaming other fields, scouting, spying, gaining intel, looking for a big score, all the while saving up more OBT. No one bothered them much, because they were SDSU players. No one accounted for them, no one even recognized them. Yeah, holy smokes. They knew Georgia Tech had some footballs, and they wanted that condo as a lookout post, but think about it. Atlanta's a city full of football fans. Nobody's gonna sell a condo on the field, that close to a stadium, to someone who might be an opposing player, so they had to build a history. First they lived in Canton, then Woodstock, then Roswell, then Delta, then Fayetteville, all throughout the area. Soon they had hundreds of years of renters' history, establishing that they were just ordinary Georgia folk. And then they finally settled down and bought that condo. Always a big moment in a young couple's life. They're like 18,000 years old. Yeah, 18,000 out of how many? Trillion, million, billion, 100 times infinity? We're all babies. Anyways, they were planning on staying in that condo for a very long time, but then they saw the drop the other day and realized they couldn't pass it up. Now this is where they stand. Nick and Manny both have 1,079 seconds of OBT. That's 17 minutes, 59 seconds. In order to make the return trip, they're going to have to shave about a minute off their previous time, and they'll have to do this while carrying 9 footballs. 9. Do you think they can do it? Provided they can even get across the country with those footballs in the first place? I'll be honest with you, I don't. That is crazy. Can I go back to index? Oh. Oh. What is this? Oh, I guess it's fair that it took me 3 years to read this. Okay, this is just her blog. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for tonight. I'm just kind of looking around at what this is. Nice. Did that open in a new tab? It did. That was chapter 3, right? Pretty sure. Very cool. Oh, you can see all them right there. Oh, that's so cute. Oh. Anyway, yeah. Awesome start. Awesome start. I really cannot fault them for doing any of this, for like following these football things and for having these games set up. It's such a cool idea. So funny. But yeah, I think that'll be it for reading today. Nice, Zircon. I would imagine if we only do 3 a day, like it'll take us a month to finish this, but I think next week I don't work on Friday. Yeah, next week I actually have Friday free now. So I'll probably start earlier in the day, and I can probably read a couple more than just 3 chapters. But yeah, in the meantime, re-listen to my 17.776. I'll see if I can actually pull it up for you guys really quick. Surely if I type in Addicts Bone 776, it'll show up my VOD, right? Oh, it does. Oh wow, this is so old. July 23, 2021. Oh, I should have some tea. You're so right. Reading kills my voice, and I have to go talk to people tomorrow at work. Ugh. But I think that'll be it for today. That's the original VOD if you want to catch up on the story. Who else is streaming right now? Yeah, actually, sure. I'm glad I finally got my mic working. I was going to be so upset. Thank you all for joining. I hope you all enjoyed the reading streams. These will hopefully continue. I'm going to try my very best to actually stick to a schedule unless I have like work that pops up. But anyway, I'm going to send you all over to Beckness. They do some crazy things. I don't think I've ever rated them before, but they do some crazy things on Twitch. They have a gigantic paper that they're sitting on right now. I don't know what's happening, but you should go follow them. They're great. Yeah, man, I have a bit of free time right now, but like that could change with just kind of how my work is. Yeah, and I will see you all Monday for more Minecraft, which I'm also kind of excited for. I have been thinking about Minecraft this past week, and then I could probably stream Tuesday again, actually. Also, in the meantime, I have been actually editing, so I'm excited. Yeah, for now, go say hi to Beck. They're really cool and funny. Bye!